This is Rock and Roll English. Real people, real English. Here's your host, Martin Johnston.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll English, episode number 105, baby. And don't worry, this week I'm not speaking to myself again. I have someone else to talk to, like generally normal humans do. So I'm speaking to Clarification Charlie about how to be a real woman. Oh yeah, that's right, baby. Anyway, remember, all of the rock and roll vocabulary is on the website, rockandrollenglish.com. Go there, find the vocabulary, do the quiz, have fun, and happy listening. Clarification Charlie, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Always fantastic, Charlie. Always fantastic. Did you listen to last week's show on Monday? The most boring show in the world, where I was speaking about Stonehenge.
Yeah, you were doing about history. And obviously, as a history teacher, I was most intrigued.
Oh, yeah? I bet you were.
Quickly tuned out.
Nice.
No, I did listen through. My husband and I, because we've done talked about Stonehenge in the past, you know, as you do.
Sure.
Regularly drive past
Yeah.
it. Who doesn't? We always drive past it to get from where we live now back to my parents' house. And I think it's like a pagan thing, isn't it? Which you never actually talked about that.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's move on. It was the most boring podcast in the world. Although you did use some nice rock and roll vocabulary there when you said tuned out. So that's when you stop listening. Probably what most of the other listeners did as well when I was talking about that. But, you know, never mind. That's the great thing about today's podcast. It can't be any worse than last week's, okay? We've got like an open goal, if we're using football terms. Open goal. We can't miss. We have to score.
I love using football terms. I love
using football terms. That's the great thing about it. You can sort of compare anything in life to sort of a football analogy. But anyway,
absolutely.
Let's move forward. So how do we usually start the show?
With a review.
Oh, yeah. Do you think we have a review?
Yes.
Correct. We do have a review. Oh, look how relieved she is. How happy she is. It's from Marina1965. And it says, I love your podcast as it makes me improve my English in a funny way and I feel really chuffed about it. I listen to Rock and Roll English on my way to work and it gets me in a great mood. I feel I can deal successfully with everything and anyone. So I think probably she's referring to the accents there, the strange people I have on, with like Clarification Charlie. No one could understand her at the beginning. Slowly, people are starting to. And then she says, maybe because Martin, Boom Boom and Clarification Charlie chatting are hilarious and much more. Got a mention there, Charlie. Wow.
Thank you very much. I know. I feel quite honoured to have been mentioned in a review. Very nice. Yes.
And then it just says, so keep on rocking. So thanks for that, Marina1965. And that is what we're going to do. We are going to do some rocking. So, Charlie, do you know what today's show is about?
I believe you did. You wanted to sort of link it into something that I found quite hilarious listening to you and Boom Boom talking about how you were obviously both real men.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously,
absolutely real
that
men.
That was the conclusion that we made. Those ladder holding men, we all need them in our lives.
It's very important to hold ladders. As I said to Boom Boom, it's an important job, okay?
Yes.
It's important.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter that you can't grow a moustache, you know, no one cares about that anymore. It's not like it's in fashion.
Exactly.
You know?
Okay, it's not 1970 anymore. Okay, it's not in fashion. So let's move on. So yeah, exactly. Linking in, we're going to do how to be a real woman because, you know, rock and roll English has moved into the 21st century, politically correct with women on the show. Used to be a boys' club, but now there are women. You know, it's very similar to like in history, I suppose, when women got the right to vote.
Oh, yeah.
Like having women on the show in rock and roll English is very similar. Very similar.
I'm breaking that glass ceiling, as we call it.
Yeah, exactly. Nice rock and roll vocabulary there. Breaking the glass ceiling.
So the glass ceiling is basically supposed to be this sort of ceiling that women can see through but can't actually get through because men have always been better. And the idea is that women can smash that glass ceiling and can actually rise up to what they can see.
Wow, this is powerful, people. And thanks for clarifying that, Charlie, because I didn't actually know how to explain it. That's exactly what you're here to do. So yeah, how to be a real woman, stuff like that. I've always been a fan of girl power. Well, I mean, I say always, certainly since the Spice Girls, so sort of about 96.
They really led it, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, Spice World, the movie.
They were great with that. What Spice Girl did you used to be when you were a child?
I was Baby Spice.
Oh, yeah?
Always. Yeah, I used to love it. We used to sometimes have fights, though, with my friends because, you know, you'd either be Baby Spice or then sometimes you'd be like, no, you got to be posh. And you're like, oh, God.
That's the thing. If you talk to any British girl around the age of 30, you can always ask them, what Spice Girl did you used to be when you were a child? But that's not on the list of how to be a real woman. So I've got some various different things here from websites. So let's have a look. The first one says, being a real woman is a privilege and she understands it. Okay, so do you feel privileged to be a woman?
I don't necessarily think I feel privileged. I just...
It's a strange word to describe it. Yeah.
Why am I privileged? Why is it... I don't know. Why should men not feel privileged? I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's very politically correct. That's what we want.
Yeah.
I think the same thing. I don't feel underprivileged not to be a woman. In fact, I would say I feel quite privileged that I don't have periods and that I don't have to go through childbirth. I'm the one that feels privileged, if anything.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Fair comment made there.
Well, exactly. And if, to be honest, I feel privileged that I have a penis. Okay, so you haven't got one of them. I have.
No, I have not.
Yeah, never mind though. Never mind. You know, maybe one might grow in the future. You know, that could happen.
I think you can take it back. I don't want it.
Okay, well, I will take it back. Okay. So another one here is real women maintain their dignity. Okay, so I've got a specific example for you here. Clarification, okay. Charlie and I were out a few years ago, well, many years ago, I suppose, dancing in a bar. We're both dancing, going crazy. Next thing you know, boom, clarifications, Charlie's feet have flown into the air. She's fallen on her back. And I just want to ask you, did you maintain that dignity?
Oh, do you know what? And everyone, the end of that story was, what did Martin do to help me? He turned around and walked a fucking way.
Well...
He left me on the dance floor.
You didn't maintain your dignity, so you left me with no choice except just to walk off and leave you alone, which I actually did feel quite bad about, I must admit. But
he was like, you were so fucking embarrassing, and then just walked away.
I mean, admittedly, in hindsight, remember, hindsight is when you can look back, that probably wasn't the best thing to do, but it was definitely your fault for embarrassing yourself in the first place, okay? What I did was wrong. What you did was more wrong, okay? I think it was because you were having difficulty just keeping up with my dance moves. So keeping up, like maintaining the pace of my incredible dance move. Yeah. Clarification, Charlie was trying to, and next thing you know, she's on the floor.
Yeah,
real shame, real tragedy, that one.
Yeah, it was.
Not sure if you did keep your dignity, but never mind. So it says, real women love their age, always. So do you love your age? I was thinking you're getting on a bit now, aren't you? So when I say you're getting on a bit, you're getting a bit old, aren't you? Thanks, Martin. No problem. You're older. I am older, but it's different for a man, isn't it? You know, we can just keep making babies until we go. So you've got that biological clock or whatever it's called. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. I will not want to be having babies later on in my life. That biological clock is there for a reason, and I'm thankful for it. But you're right, though. You've already, been there, done that, got the T-shirt. That's what we say. A stupid way to say basically you've done it. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've had a baby. I've ticked that box. Ticked that one, yeah. I haven't ticked it yet, but as I said, I can just keep going. I can do it whenever. I just, go and make her pregnant. But obviously I hope Mrs. Rock and Roll English isn't listening to that, because that's not the plan. I don't do that, okay? If anyone thinks that was just a joke, okay? So it says here as well, real women don't get excited by text messages. They want phone calls. I thought, okay, well, That's great. But I also thought you always lose your phone anyway, don't you? So just don't bother. Don't bother ringing or texting Clarification Charlie. There's no need.
Yeah, I've actually. Oh no, I shouldn't say it because it's going to happen now. But touch wood, I haven't lost a phone for a very long time.
Nice term there. Then when she said touch wood, that's what we used to say, like for good luck, let's say. Also, some present perfect there. Haven't lost a phone in a long time. Started in the past, still in progress, but keep us updated on that one, okay?
Yeah,
because
thanks.
I'm extremely interested to hear. And to be honest, I hope you do lose a phone because it's just funnier, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's really hilarious.
And then you have to do one of those things which you couldn't do back in the day of like putting on Facebook. I've lost my phone. Send me your numbers. I mean, do people actually do that?
No, I know.
Or people like sometimes create groups,
like text
don't they?
me.
Yeah,
Like,
they create groups for numbers. You think, look, I don't want to be part of this group. Okay, you've lost your phone. That's your fault. If you really want my number, send me a private message, or just forget about it. We've had a good friendship. Let's just forget about it.
And end it there.
Exactly. It's a great time to say goodbye.
This could be my last rock and roll English.
Exactly. So, got another one here, nice one. It says, real women avoid drama. So, by drama, it means like crazy things in their lives, like arguments, stuff like that. And I actually thought we nearly had some drama fairly recently, didn't we? When Clarification Charlie was listening to an episode in which me and Boom Boom were speaking about her, she sent me a message saying, just this, you bastard, exclamation mark.
I think the word was you twat, actually.
Oh, in fact it was, wasn't it? You twat, which is not the nicest word in the world. It sort of means idiot, but in a sort of quite offensive way.
Yeah, it was
But
rude.
the thing was, I was thinking about it, because I then thought it was serious, and I text her back saying, look, I'm really sorry, what's the problem? I promise
I'm so sorry.
If I've offended you, I don't know. I was like devastated, thinking, oh my God, what have I done? And then she said, no, it's fine. What are you talking about?
I was only joking, but genuinely your message was so heartfelt. I actually felt a little bit sorry for you. I was like, oh my God, what have I done?
Well, and then I thought about it and I thought, why did I think that was serious? And then I thought, there were no smiley faces or anything. We live in the 21st century now, Charlie. It's 2018. Give me like a little wink face, okay? Then I understand. You can't just give me a you twat exclamation mark. I'm thinking, well, what the fuck is going on here? Give me a smiley face. Come on.
I think I actually screenshotted me listening to the podcast as well, so you knew exactly what I was annoyed about.
Oh, God, what a horrible moment that was, waiting for her to text back. And then it said, like, Clarification Charlie, typing, and I'm thinking, oh, God, what's going to happen here? My heart was in my mouth. Some nice rock and roll vocabulary there. When your heart's in your mouth, you're really worried, like I was. But, that's a lesson to you. Always put a smiley face, okay? If you're calling someone a twat, get the smiley face in there.
Yeah, that's fine now, because I don't actually really like drama or confrontation.
Well, you are a real woman then. Even if you can't, or even if you don't always keep your dignity, you are a real woman. So another one here, speaking of real women, is that they have voices like angels. Okay, I love a sexy voice. There's nothing better than that. I'd imagine that's probably why people listen to rock and roll English, to listen to my sexy voice. What do you think? What do you think about that? I can tell by your immediate reaction, you're thinking no. Am I right?
Yeah, sorry, no. Sorry, I didn't mean to be so rude there with my laughter.
Yeah, you were supposed to say, yeah, you've got a great voice.
You've got a great voice.
Speaking of that, did you see a video of me doing karaoke recently?
Oh, I loved that. That was brilliant. I can't say that was a great voice, really.
The crowd were going wild, dancing on the tables.
I think the Gallaghers would have had something to say about the murder that you did to that song.
Yeah, you know what? I really did think I could sing that song. And like when I sing it at home in my pants and stuff like that in front of the mirror, I think, you know what? I could be a rock star, no problem. And then that was my moment in front of like 5 people at karaoke. And then even that went badly. Like, I can't... I think I finally accepted I'm not going to be a rock star. It's difficult, but...
Never say never, Martin. Because as you said, Never say never. You know, you've got plenty of years left in you.
Exactly. Never say never. Like clarification, Charlie might grow a penis. I might become a rock star. Anything could happen in this crazy life.
Anything could happen.
Exactly. So what else do we have next? Okay, so it says real women don't waste their time looking at men because men look at them. And then my immediate thought was, so that means women don't go on Facebook and look at pictures of men when they're on holiday, when they're wearing less clothes. You don't do that then? Is that only what men do? Not me, obviously, other people.
Obviously not you. I don't know. Well, I don't necessarily go actively looking for it, but if a picture crops up, I'll have a look.
Yeah,
Walk into a room, you have a little scan.
Exactly. So when she said that if a picture sort of crops up, like it sort of comes out, let's say, just a natural way to sort of come out. But yeah, because the best way for other men, obviously, which I don't do, is to find the holiday pictures of like, I don't know, Malia with the girls 2013. You think, oh yeah, there's going to be something
in there.
There's going to be some good pictures in there, baby. Oh yeah. But obviously, real women don't do that.
No.
So another one it says here is real women are always classy. So what is classy? Clarification, Charlie. It's a difficult word to explain. This is why you're here, though, to clarify stuff.
Yeah, to be classy, I suppose, is to be kind of quite sophisticated.
What a great synonym. I can never say that word. Synonym, that's the one. What a great synonym that is. Sophisticated. And I'm sure I've seen pictures of you on hen do's. So remember, hen do's are things before a woman gets married and all the girls go out with like balloon penises on like your head or something like that. And I want to ask you, do you consider that to be classy?
Well, it depends. It depends on the style. It
depends what style of penis it is on your head.
It depends on the style of hen party. So I've been on a few.
Depends if it's a big penis or a small penis. It all depends. And then because a big long one isn't probably sophisticated. But if it's a bit smaller and I don't know, then it's a sophisticated, classy penis.
No, I mean the hen do's. So quite often we've been on hen do's. When you go out, you like to kind of keep it classy, wear a nice dress, go to a nice bar, not have like L plates over you and
what
all
are
that
the L
sort of
plates?
stuff.
I don't really understand that. This is what people do on hen do's. They wear L plates, which is what you usually have in your car when you're learning to drive, but they have them on hen do's. I don't really understand why.
I don't know. Learning to be a wife? I don't know. But what does that even mean? I don't know. It's ridiculous. I didn't have any on my hen do. I didn't have any L plates.
Any penises?
No.
Are you sure about that? I can see the look on your face. I think there was a penis balloon for sure.
Oh, there may be in the house where we stayed, but not when we were out and about on the town.
Just keep it in the house. Keep it classy.
Keep it classy, except for in the confinements of the house.
Sure.
Where all rules were broken.
Yeah, I can imagine. So it says here as well, real women are great mothers. So you've obviously got a daughter. Are you a great mother? A great mother? Notice that adjective there. It's a strong adjective. Great mother.
That's a hard one to say. I'd like to hope that I'm doing a good job. It's ask my husband. I don't know, ask my daughter, or ask my Labradoodle, my gorgeous dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm mother to him as well, and he's amazing.
Of course. I was just about to say, when your daughter gets a little bit older, we'll have her on the podcast. The dog, though, probably not.
Oh, he'd be perfect on the podcast.
I bet he would be. Speaking of being a great mother, though, I recently got back from holiday. I spent a lot of time with my two young nieces, and I finally realised it is actually quite difficult, isn't it, with young children? I mean, I wasn't a mother to them. I'm not a mother to them. I'm an uncle, but it is quite difficult, isn't it? There's a lot going on, a lot of stuff to deal with, a lot of drama.
It's not quite holidays as I used to know and love them. It's not quite you and me in Australia 2008.
Yeah, exactly. Great time that was. Yeah,
great time. Beth, great time. It's slightly different now. It's every day's, You're never quite sure what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know, every day's interesting.
Sure.
No
Gotta
day
be
the same.
It is difficult. You've definitely ticked that box, I think. You definitely didn't keep the box of dignity, but you've definitely ticked that one. So to finish with, it says it takes enormous strength to be a real woman. And I just sort of think to that, what a load of shit. Or what even is a real woman? In fact, then I saw another thing which I thought was the best, and it said a real woman has curves, a real woman is skinny, a real woman has muscles, and then it has it all crossed out, and then it says a real woman is whatever she wants to be. Oh yeah. Now that is powerful.
Well, what can I say? Hashtag proud.
Hashtag proud. This is a new thing, actually, isn't it? Of people putting hashtags on when they speak. I noticed you're doing that. You're putting hashtags on when you speak, but you're not putting smiley faces on messages where you call people a twat. You need to. I see you've moved into 2018 verbally, but on the text messaging front. Well, I say text messaging. It was WhatsApp, actually.
It was. Well, I am with the modern
Instant
world.
messaging, I suppose. I don't know what it's called now. Instant, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, on that note, clarification, Charlie, I think we can say you probably are a real woman, but let's not forget that you did fall over and you definitely lost your dignity. Okay, but other than that, definitely real woman.
Thank you ever so much. I feel very pleased to have passed that test.
Well, you
what
should.
an honour.
You should, okay? Your certificate is in the post.
Smiley face.
Smiley face. Oh, fantastic. There we go. There we go. Anyway, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, brilliant. See you soon, Martin. Bye.
Okay, so that was me speaking to Clarification Charlie about how to be a real woman. So let's look at some of that rock and roll vocabulary. At the beginning, Charlie said that she was intrigued to hear me speak about Stonehenge, but she said she quickly tuned out. So if you tune out, you switch it off. We usually use this for things like radio or podcasts. You tune out. I also used a football term when I said we've got an open goal this week because this show can't be as bad as last week. So an open goal is when the goal is open and there's no one there and you can't miss, but you can use it in normal language as well. As I said, you can always use football terms in normal language. Charlie also used a very sort of feminist term when she said women breaking the glass ceiling. It's probably best to listen to her explanation again because I can't really remember. It was like the women look at the glass ceiling where the men are and they have to break through it, something like that, like go women, take off your bra, burn it, and stuff like this. I don't know. Then when Charlie and I were speaking about the time I left her on her back on the dance floor when she fell over, I said, admittedly, in hindsight, it wasn't the best thing to do. But as I said during the podcast, she did really embarrass herself. So I needed to sort of teach her a lesson, let's say. Speaking about that, I also said she was having difficulty keeping up with my dance moves. So keeping up, it's a nice term to mean sort of maintain the same speed. If you're having a race, one person is running, maybe the other person can't keep up. And that is exactly what happened on that dance floor that night. I also said to her, you're getting on a bit now, aren't you? So if you're getting on a bit, it's like a funny, nice way to say you're getting a little bit old. I'm also getting on a bit, or probably more than a bit, actually, but never mind. When I was talking about her that she has already had a child, I said, you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It's a nice way to basically say, yes, I've already done that. You could even use it about going somewhere. Maybe someone says, oh, I really want to go to Brazil. And you can say, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I've been to Brazil, I've done that, and maybe I bought the t-shirt about Brazil. Although the t-shirt thing is just to be funny, really. You don't actually need the t-shirt, it's just an expression. Charlie was also talking about losing her phone, and she said, I haven't lost my phone in a long time. Touch wood. So that's what we do for like good luck. We touch a piece of wood. I know in Italy often they touch, well, men touch their testicles. So, wood, testicles, whatever, just touch something for good luck. And we were talking about real women avoiding drama. So drama is like chaos and arguments and stuff like this. That's drama. And then I used a lovely term for once, actually, when I said that my heart was in my mouth when she was typing. So if your heart is in your mouth, You are very nervous, very anxious. Maybe when you're opening your exam results, your heart is in your mouth because you are very nervous. Charlie also mentioned about a picture when she looks at nice pictures of men on Facebook, and she said, if a picture crops up. So it basically means she doesn't go to look for the picture, but if she's on there and she sees the picture, it just crops up. It's natural. Then she has a quick look. Of course she does. And we had the word classy when I said real women are always classy, which, as clarification, Charlie said is sophisticated. And we also had the term hen-dos again, which, remember, is the party before someone gets married. For the women. For the men, what's it called again? Do you remember? We've had this loads of times. Come on, think. It's called a stag do. Oh yeah, baby. Anyway, that is all of the rock and roll vocabulary for this week. I will see you again next week. Remember to go to the website. The quiz is there. Everything's there. Not like last week when I was really busy. I've actually had time to do it. So go there. Everything's there. I'll see you next week. But in the meantime, people, just keep on rocking.
Thanks so much for listening to Rock and Roll English. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit rockandrollenglish.com and facebook.com/rockandrollenglish. We'll catch you next time.